Today I'm going to show you guys how to duplicate any resource in Palworld. So let's go. My first tip before we do the actual building of the glitch itself is to make sure you have some wood in your inventory. That way you'll be able to make the beams required when you're standing outside of your base, which will make it easier for you to aim. To create this totem pole type thing, what you need to do is you need to get out your wooden beams. And the wooden pillar, you bring it out in front of you. I'd recommend using something like this red item here to be able to see what you're doing. Have it in front of you, and then you're looking to bring the longest part of the planks right in front of your character. So it'll take you a while to get used to it, but once you get used to it, you will be able to do this no problem. It'll become second nature. If you look at the top of the pillar, there is a plank that comes down lower than any of the other planks. That's the one that you want to have in front of you right now. And you want to move that 7 times to the left by using your scroll wheel. Pay attention to the top of the screen, pretty much at those planks. Every time it moves, we need to do that 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Brilliant. Now, what that means is the long plank is going to be pretty much facing the outer part of your base. And that's where you're going to start glitching. So now that you have your pillar ready, I'd recommend putting your cursor just here to the right inside of your base. You can put it directly on the line as well. I prefer to do it just slightly inside, which gives you more opportunity to be in your base for the actual glitch itself. And then you need to bring out another wooden pillar, and you need to have it kissing just about here. So there's 2 parts on the screen that you should look at right now. The bottom, which is obviously kissing each other, and then there's a tiny little bit of wood about halfway up the pillar that are kissing each other. And once that is kissing each other, then you know you have the right distance, and you click and build that. Then you go into your disassembly mode and you delete the outer one. And the reason why you have this gap here is because you want your character to be constantly moving in and out of your base. If you go on your pillar and the rest of my explanation doesn't work, it means you put the first pillar either a little bit too far into your base and you have to go slightly more onto the line. So I said about here. Maybe go a tiny bit over again so that your cursor is directly on the line. Or you didn't get the rotation at the beginning correct, and you need to make sure that that rotation is correct. So just pretty much start again and try again from the beginning. This is going to take you a few goes to get it right, but once you get it right once, that's all you pretty much need. And then you'll be able to leave your pillar here, and you'll never have to use it again. The first thing that you have to make sure you have is enough of the ingredients for the product that you want to make in a wooden chest. It doesn't have to be near you. Anywhere in the base is fine, but to keep an eye on this, I would highly recommend having it near where you're going to do this glitch. 248 refined ingots, and that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for more refined ingots. So you go onto these pillars, and you look for a sweet spot where your character starts shaking. However, it's almost impossible to find that sweet spot if you don't go into options and turn your FPS down to 30. If you do that, you'll find the sweet spot very easily, and it just makes this so much better. You can put your FPS back onto 60 or 120 later. This is the sweet spot right here where the character is shaking. If he decides to stop shaking, you can kind of just wiggle left and right to get him to shake again. Top right of your screen, if the screen starts flashing, that's how you know that you're doing this correctly. And yeah, he's shaking now, it's flashing, and I'm going to open the build menu, and I'm going to get refined metal chest out. When he starts shaking and you're in the right place, you can open up your build menu and you can click on the thing that you want to duplicate, and you'll get whatever the material the item is back, and you'll just build loads of these. As you can see, I don't have enough materials. I'm technically outside my base. So let's wiggle around a little bit and get that so that we are just inside the base, or at least the game thinks we're at the base. And if you are able to click on the item and it says insufficient materials down at the bottom right, that's completely fine. The whole point of this is we're glitching ourselves in and out of the base so that we can start placing these, and you just have to hold control to kind of have it so that the item is far enough away from you so that you can actually place these. As soon as your character stops shaking, just put yourself back into position and then start clicking right click to build multiple of these items. As I said already, anytime that the game registers that you have the items, aka that you're inside your own base, you'll put one down, and every about 50% of the time the game won't register that you're inside your base, and you just have to kind of like move left and right on this totem pole to get the shaking back. You just want to make sure that you're in the shaking. And as you can see, I have all of these now, and I will show you that I have tons more ingots in a second. One tip I'll tell you is to put all of your pals into the pal box to stop them from building these, because you don't want your pals interrupting the process. And if you do this at a base where you don't have any pals, that's probably better. And then you just go and you cancel the production and you'll get more ingots. So we had 228 ingots in our chest, and we have 80 new ones in our inventory to put in. We also have some nails, we have some wood. You can do this with pretty much any item that you have enough ingredients for. So if you're looking for more advanced things, you can do the weapon assembly line or the production assembly line. If you're looking for circuit boards, you could do production assembly line. If you're looking for polymer, you could do electric furnace, anything you want. If you're looking for pal fluids, you can do fishing ponds. I just chose refined metal chests because I wanted refined ingots and nails, and they're pretty easy to spam. The number one thing that I would recommend that you remember on this is if you're doing this little glitch and it says you don't have enough materials to build the item, that's completely fine. What you need to do is you need to open your build menu and keep left clicking the item until you hit the right spot so that you can open this part. The whole point of this is that you're not supposed to have access to all of your materials because you're technically moving it inside and outside of your base while wiggling on the pole. And as I said, hold control and build continuously. Don't click left. Build continuously is way better for this. You can still move left and right on the pole while you're building. So that means whenever you move out of position, just move yourself back into position while holding the control button, and you'll be able to just get back into position and continue building. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. I hope I made it easy to understand. This is a complex enough glitch as it is, and I want to make sure that you understand each process and why things can go wrong. So thank you very much for watching today's video. Let me know in the comments, as I said, if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.